Hello, everyone. Happy Friday or happy Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us here at USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK. I'm the president, founder, and chief listening officer here at our network. Our show today is the power of etiquette and manners. And I wanted to make you aware of a very special event that is taking place next week, November the 22nd. So I'm going to pause for a moment for you to get out your calendar or wherever you have something you want to write down about next week, November 22nd. Mark it down, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. It's a special event that you definitely want to participate in. How can you do this? By doing exactly what you're doing right now, watching from wherever you are watching. What is the event? The event is a fabulous opportunity for you to have a curiosity about how to enhance your personal and your professional life by being part of a movement to include etiquette and manners in your daily life. What does this mean? This means that the founder and principal of the British School of Excellence is putting on an event right here in partnership with USA Global TV and Radio. The name of the event is Train the Trainer, a taste of excellence. We have a graphic. Let me bring it up and then talk a little bit more about it. Here it is, a taste of excellence. Join us for this complimentary, that's right, no investment involved on your part, taster session where you can learn about becoming an internationally certified etiquette coach. Why is this important? Because as this world continues to evolve, you don't have to look very far to see what's going on across the world, mainstream media, and then, of course, what's really going on, what's not being reported in the media. We need to be kind to each other. We need to show up with respect. We need to hold a safe place for people to feel comfortable to share their stories. So what does this mean? It means that each and every one of us has an opportunity to join along with Philip SYKES and the British School of Excellence in helping to promote a culture of civility, of kindness. And when you're part of this, you will be amazed at how you're going to feel. You will look at your life in a completely different way. Philip is going to share some insights based on the programs that they offer at the British School of Excellence. You're going to hear from alumni, people from around the world who have done their research to find the best program out there. And it is hands down the British School of Excellence. So again, mark your calendars, November 22nd, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time to join us for this fabulous event. I want you to just take this all in. Opportunities like this don't come along every day, and this one's knocking, and I want you to answer the door, answer the call. Again, how can you watch? Right from wherever you are. Are you on our YouTube channel? Watch it from there. Are you on our Facebook? Watch it from there. Are you on LinkedIn? You can also watch it from the British School of Excellence channels as well. They have their own YouTube channel. What is it? The British School of Excellence. They have their own Facebook page. What is it? The British School of Excellence. So do join us for this. It is going to be really life-changing when you realize that you have the opportunity to do something to make a difference in your own life, in the life of your family, and in the life of the world by becoming an internationally accredited etiquette coach. All right. Thank you for listening. Our topic today is emotional intelligence in leadership. And we have a great guest who isn't backstage yet. She's been here before, and she really is a dynamo. Her name's Loretta Thomas, and she's over in the Bahamas. So hopefully she'll be joining us. But in the interim, let's get started with the discussion. There's been so much talk about leadership, about lack of leadership, about the service of leadership. And wherever you are in the world, you may be experiencing something different. Maybe you're in the corporate world. Maybe you went out on your own. Maybe you're looking at leadership just in terms of your family dynamics, your family situation. Leadership means different things to different people. But one thing that we do know is that when a person is in a position of leadership and they care about their people, those people are loyal to that leader. I don't have the statistics, but we do know that the main reason that people leave their job is they're not happy with their immediate supervisor, their immediate leader, if you will. So leadership does make a difference. What about emotional intelligence in leadership? What I want to talk about today a little bit is the fact that many times people in a leadership position, let's say in a corporate position, in an organization, they're giving directives from the top down. Maybe it's from the stakeholders, it's from the board, it's from the C-level executives. They're told that certain things have to happen and get it done, whatever that means. And they take that information and then basically everything rolls downhill. So they look to their direct reports and they have productivity numbers that they have to hit, or maybe they have turnover numbers that they have to hit, whatever it might be. And they're being hammered from the top to perform regardless of what that looks like. So as a leader, you have an opportunity to consider the information that you've been given and then how you're going to take that information and disseminate it among your team, because your team is a reflection of you. They're supportive of you, and how you treat them, how you show up makes a big difference. So in my experience, having worked in corporate for 28 plus years, the numbers are always changing, right? They're always going up. We need more sales. We need more revenue. We need less productivity costs. So whatever that looks like, the numbers are going to be the numbers. But how we treat each other is what will be remembered throughout history. Nobody's going to remember that XYZ company hit certain milestone this year, last year, 10 years ago. They're going to look at the overall progress of that company. But the culture of that company will be remembered. The people who work there will be the brand ambassador in a good way or in a negative way, depending on their experience. This is where emotional intelligence is key. This is where how you treat someone makes a difference, regardless of the task at hand, regardless of how lofty the sales goal is, or whatever the directives are that you're being given. How you treat an individual person will show up and resonate for years to come. That will impact your reputation. That will impact how people view you, how they see you, how they put their time and their life on the line for you. Do you have their back? Do you show up with emotional intelligence? Do you ask them how they're doing? Do you treat them with kindness? Do you offer an open door policy where they can come in and share what's going on in the organization? Or do you immediately cut them off? Do you judge what they have to say? These are all things I want you to consider. So when we look at possibly coming together in a new way across this world of how can we listen to what's important without judging? How can we listen as leaders without interrupting? How can we be open to curiosity and learning more without the fear that it might impact us in a negative way? These are all questions that as leaders, we need to consider. In your organization, whether it's a two-person operation, maybe it's your family unit, maybe it's a huge company, every move you make, every action you take, someone is watching. Someone is watching and they're taking it in. How does this feel in my gut? Do I want to be part of this? Am I proud to be part of this organization? Or is this an opportunity for me to go elsewhere? Obviously, if you've been watching the mainstream news, you know about a certain person who's taken over an organization and allegedly written emails about you're going to have to work XYZ or take a severance package and get out. That type of intimidation, from what I'm reading, obviously I'm not privy to it, is leading by fear, is putting the fear in people, get with the program or get out, take that 3-month package, or, be prepared to spend your life living and dying by this company. To me, when I read words like that, I don't want to be a part of that. There's no amount of money that anybody could pay me to be a part of that. It's almost like selling your soul. So think about what kind of culture you've created in your organization. Are you proud of it? Could you sit and look your children in the eye and say, hey, this is what daddy or mommy has created, and I want to bring you to the office so you can meet the people and feel that culture and feel how everybody appreciates one another and supports one another? And if not, it's a good time for an evaluation. It's a good time to look at how can you bring etiquette and manners into your business. You know, on this program a few weeks ago, we had a medical doctor from Pakistan, and she, as well as another medical doctor who's also getting a PhD, are putting together a program about etiquette and manners in the healthcare sector. Now, just think about this: medical students, doctors, nurses, anyone in that front office, the back office, when you go to see a physician or you go to a hospital or a clinic, they would be trained and certified on how to treat patients with respect. Can you imagine what that might be like? And from the other perspective, we actually talked about this on the show. People in the healthcare sector are under a huge amount of pressure, especially here in the United States with the insurance companies and everything being regulated. You can see a patient for 8 minutes and you have to type all this information into a computer. And there's just a ton of pressure, turnover, one patient after another. And that takes a toll on people. People are human. So what I want you to consider is that regardless of the industry, I mean, we're talking healthcare here, imagine that kind of reform, etiquette and manners in the healthcare sector. If you were to bring kindness, compassion, empathy into your workplace, what would that look like? How much harder would people want to work for you? How much longer would people want to stay in your employ? What type of loyalty would be driven as a result of that? I'm asking you to consider it and then take action. Taking action is where things start to fall off the wagon. We spend so much time thinking and dreaming, oh, if everything was like this, it would be beautiful. In fact, someone close to me has a saying, if I only had a magic wand. There is no magic wand, as we know, because it would be too simple. It wouldn't mean anything. So here on this platform at USA Global TV and Radio, we provide education, inspiration, and hope, sometimes entertainment as well. And the education that I really want to leave you with today is that you, whomever you are, wherever you are, whatever your circumstance is right now, you have an opportunity to do something good, to just show up as an authentic, kind, genuine person, to just listen to somebody. You have no idea what somebody else is going through. We've talked about this before. Maybe you're in your car and somebody cuts you off. Maybe they're racing to the hospital for some emergency. Just get out of their way. Don't curse them. Just understand you don't have all the information. But when it comes to your business, you need to have the information. You need to understand the culture, how your people are feeling, what they're dealing with. There's a reality TV show, which not a paid spokesperson, but the C-level executive goes undercover and actually goes through the different departments of the organization. And I always find this fascinating because growing up, I worked for my dad and my uncle. They were new car dealers, and I worked in the dealership, and I was taught that you should know what goes on in every department in the dealership, because you're going to be bringing people in, the service department, accounting, whatever it might be. You need to understand how that department works. But yet many times within an organization, people get promoted up and they don't actually understand what's going on in those various departments. And that is a shame, and actually can be a problem, because if you don't know what's going on, you don't know what should be happening. You don't know what the potential could be for that department. And also, you don't know how it's being run. So coming back to owning your own business, you want to make sure, just like with the Undercover Boss show, that you're in touch with your people in the various departments, that you meet with them, that you understand, hey, Susie, what is it actually that you do here? What has your experience been with this process? What insights do you have? And make it so that the person feels comfortable sharing. Too many times we intimidate people, and people are afraid to share because if they point out something that's not working properly, then maybe they'll be called out on it. Maybe you'll find some great way to streamline the process and get rid of them. So we want to act always from a place of curiosity and supporting our people. That comes back to the emotional intelligence. So in summation, our guest isn't here. So I'm going to close out with this very important topic, and hopefully Loretta will be joining us again in the future. But I want you to think about the closing of this year. Today is November 18th, 2022, here in the United States on the East Coast. And we are quickly coming to the end of this year. This has been a pivotal year for many people. For me, this is the first full year of our business at USA Global TV and Radio. Actually, January the 9th will be 1 year. And there's been a lot of highs. There's been a lot of growth. There's been a lot of opportunity. There's been a lot of eye-opening experiences. Personally, I've had my own challenges with my health, but it's been overall phenomenal. And I'm working with people from around the world. I'm learning about cultures that I didn't know anything about. I'm reading on one mainstream media about Africa and the fact that that's booming and all the startup businesses. And then I'm interviewing a man who is running an orphanage ministry with 51 children and there's no running water. So my point is, depending on where you're getting your information, that can affect your perspective. And as a business owner, it's the same thing. If you think you have all the answers, you don't. If you're not listening to your people, you're not going to be around too long. If you're not valuing the input from your customers, they're going to leave and they're going to go somewhere else. So I highly encourage you to open your heart, open your mind, and be curious about how you can bring etiquette and manners into your life, into your business, into your world, so that you are part of the change. You're part of the positive movement to bring us all together. It takes every one of us. I'm doing it, and I know you're going to do it. You'll find a way if it means something to you. It's not for everyone. I'm sure some people will say, this is ridiculous. Why did I tune in? That's okay. That's a choice that you make. I'm not on the same page with you. I wish you well. I send you grace, but I support each and every person who values and respects each person in this world. We are all different, and yet we're all the same. Thank you for listening. And again, please do join us for this fabulous event, November 22nd, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Philip Sykes and the British School of Excellence. They will be here. I will be backstage producing, and we look forward to having you join us. Thank you. Take care of yourself. Have a beautiful weekend. God bless you.